Keep in mind also, the thing that really bothers me about all these people, car insurance, credit card, landlords, fucking everybody, the utility company, the water company, they all speak to you as though you are voluntarily doing this, as though they are doing you a favor. I don't want to pay for any of this shit. I don't want to do any of this. I didn't ask to do any of this at all. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even have to be fucking alive. I don't want to do this. I don't want to pay my car insurance. I don't want car insurance. I don't want to give you my new driver's license. I don't want to fucking do that, but I have to for some fucking reason, because for some fucking reason, in order to be alive, you have to pay 20 different people $200. And you have to keep reciting random digits of numbers. Everything about being alive is just fucking numbers over and over again. Important numbers for this, important numbers for that. You gotta type in this password, you gotta type in this number, you gotta type in this thing, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna go to jail.
America, please get me out of this place. I'm tired. I'm losing my shit. Tired. I'm fucking 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 tired. Fucking tired.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Kwadash. And crash out season has begun. Many people are going to lose their minds. As we said before, all right, financial stability is out of the window. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9. And it reads, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, all right? And people are dwelling in torments now for the sake of not being able to pay bills and save money, okay? This is stressing people the hell out, right?
Everything about being alive is just fucking numbers over and over again. Important numbers for this, important numbers for that. You gotta type in this password, you gotta type in this number, you gotta type in this thing, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna go to jail.
America, please get me out of this place. I'm tired. I'm losing my shit. Tired. I'm fucking 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 tired. Fucking tired.
You see? Then shall they be in pitiful case. Okay? People across America feel like this, man. All right? People are going through it. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. People are being tormented, man. Struggling. Barely making it. Okay? For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. So now the Lord is bringing plagues on this place, man. Okay? People are going through judgment. All right? The same must know it after death by pain. All right? So let's go ahead and get into this thing. As I said, you know, crash out season has begun. A lot of these people across America are getting ready to lose their damn minds, as we warned you.
The Edwards Report. My name's Kaylin. The headlines are screaming that this is a crazy strong jobs report with 147,000 new jobs. They say that the unemployment is down to 4.1%. So people naturally will be clapping and happy that we're doing well. But here's what they're not telling you. You know, with me, there's always a catch. This is the most deceptive job market in decades, and I'm going to prove it to you right now in today's video.
I'm still shocked how many people in my comment sections are underestimating how cooked the corporate job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade in July, and I've literally never seen candidates struggle as much as they are right now on the job market. And these are not poor candidates. These are not people who are unqualified. These are some of the most qualified people I've ever seen on the job market, and they are struggling. I'm hearing about people who are applying to thousands of jobs and not hearing anything back from any company. I'm hearing about longer and longer rounds of interviews, like 6, 7, 8, or 9 rounds of interviews. And some people go through that and then they get ghosted. I'm hearing about assessments, like personality assessments, take home work, which a lot of times is
They're sending people through the ringer. That's doing way too much. And it's because they can be picky. Like when you have so many people desperate to work, you can start doing all this. I remember working in real estate as a realtor when there were so few houses, but everybody wanted one during the pandemic. You could make people do anything for the house. I mean, you had people baking cakes and making people dinner just to be able to have the opportunity to buy a house. They're writing letters. They're sending gift boxes. They're doing illegal stuff just to be able to have the opportunity to buy the house. Oh, and all that plus here's an extra 200 grand. Crazy open houses with hundreds of people in a few hours. Insane. Now, these companies are in the same position. Like they're the only show in town and they know people need to work. So now they got you doing all this silly stuff. Got you running around like a chicken with your head cut out. Got you going through x-rays and MRIs just so they can see what you look like, what you act like, what you think like, what's your family history before you can have an opportunity to work for below minimum wage.
Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. All right? Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right? We're in that time now, man. Okay? People are struggling like hell. All right? And it's just getting started, man. Okay? This crashing out that we seen right here, hey, it's about to get way worse. All right? And this is how you know, man, hey, people are not going to have nothing to lose, man. Okay? The crime rate is about to skyrocket, man. All right? People are just going to just fucking lose it, man. I mean, how else can we put this thing? This is the Lord bringing those plagues, man. Right? This is 2nd Ezra 15. In verse 11, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So Egypt, spiritual Egypt, America, is being plagued right now, man. And part of the plagues is this lack of financial stability, man. You know how people are struggling, okay? We're in a time of famines, food shortages, man, okay? People are going to go without. It's part of the plagues, all right? Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, okay? People are mourning. Okay, this is talking about the people of Egypt, Babylon, America. People are in a state of mourning, man, crying out, crashing out. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, and the punishment that Yahweh Shemel Shah shall bring upon it. All right, people are feeling it now. Okay, and again, the Lord is just getting started.
I'm not below minimum wage, but something, not even a livable wage. It's insane.
So I just found out that I did not get the job that I was interviewing for. I made it around to the final interviews and everything, and they just decided to go with somebody else. It is what it is. And in full transparency, it was definitely a rush application, and it was going to be the easier route that I knew I was settling for. So like, there's something in me that's not even like mad I didn't get it. It's just kind of like, oh damn, I could have had the security and the comfort that I like wanted so badly. But it's okay. There's other jobs to apply for.
I get the rushed application thing. I mean, if you're not putting in your best effort to get a position, then you should not be surprised when you don't get it. However, this is not to.
But that doesn't even matter. All right, the job market is cooked, regardless. All right, we just read that in Isaiah 19, that there should not be any work for Egypt, where the head, rush, branch, or tail may do. Okay, because the whole system is going down. All right, they're implementing a new system. All right, so all of these things have to basically be dissolved. All right, and this is what they want anyway. the order out of chaos. All right. These elites, the people that's controlling this society, are purposely bringing this society into complete chaos. All right. Again, all the comfort and security is done. All right. Let's get that too. My favorite scripture, Sirach. All right. Or Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7. And look how these scriptures are playing out in real time, man. All right, Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. You see that? So the Lord, again, is removing what? The security and comfort, man. Okay? That financial stability. Okay? There is no saving money on a rainy day. Okay? There is no job security. Okay? There's no such thing as the American dream. Okay? Those things are done.
Shame her, because these recruiters be wasting people's time. They don't even be reading these applications. So you're like disincentivized to actually try, because you know that it's probably not even a real person reading it. And you're going to probably be overviewed by AI. So it's a disincentive to actually try on the application.
Other things that have, working in my favor, and I'm just gonna keep on moving forward. It's not gonna break me. It ain't gonna shake me. It just is what it is. It's just the nature of the world of work we're in. So I'm gonna keep on moving, keep on doing my thing, and that's it. Didn't get the job.
Number one, UPS is offering us full-time drivers buyouts to bail. Get out of here. Here's some money. You can leave instead of firing everyone. I'm gonna take this shit. Take that. It doesn't make any sense for most people. All right, if you've been here for like 0 to 12 to 15 years, even, it doesn't make sense for you, because it's not going to be enough money to make it worth what you would make for the rest of your career.
I mean, do you have an option? If you don't take the buyout, okay, you could probably get fired anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. And maybe there's a severance package? I don't know.
So for most people, no. Unless you're someone that already wants to leave. UPS is a great job. We make good money. We have great health benefits. I understand all that for sure. Unless you're someone that wants a little bit more out of your life than just that. Than a good, good money. There's a lot out there. I know the grass isn't always greener. I completely understand that. I would never just up and leave a career to pursue an unknown. I'm not that guy, because I got, a family. I got a wife and kids at home. But this could be an opportunity.
I got laid off in December, and it's June now, so I'm obviously not doing a good job at finding a new job. Genuinely, every time I apply for any job, it feels like I'm just buying a lottery ticket. It feels more likely to win the lottery right now than to get a job. And I think that says a lot about the systems that we're using for job applications. I know there was a certain time where it would have been really helpful to use LinkedIn or Indeed or these other websites, but they become so overrun with fake jobs, with fake applicants, with fake employers. It's just an absolute crap show there, and it makes me not even want to apply anymore. I genuinely feel like I'm wasting my time.
People are just giving up.
Man. And there's some more points on that Isaiah 19. All right, let me start up a little bit. Okay, this is Isaiah 19. Right? Let's read this in the NLT as well. Isaiah 19 and verse 5. NLT. It says, the waters of the Nile will fail to rise and flood the fields. The riverbed will be parched and dry. All right. And that's essentially the job market. There's no jobs, like she was saying, the fake jobs, the AI, fake employers and all of that, just scamming and deceiving the people. It says the canals of the Nile, Salakia, the canals of the Nile will dry up, and the streams of Egypt will stink with rotting reeds and rushes. All the greenery along the riverbank and all the crops along the river will dry up and blow away. You see? It's nothing left here. Okay? The fishermen will lament for lack of work. You see that? That's the people, the workers. The fishermen will lament. People are crying for lack of work. Those who cast hooks into the Nile will groan, and those who use nets will lose heart. As you said, hey, that's the spirit. What did he say? People are giving up. Let's play that part again. It says, and those who use nets will lose heart. Man, let me play that quick part again. That's the spirit. Right? Let me see if I can get it right quick.
Like, I genuinely feel like I'm wasting my time.
People are just giving up. Just giving up. We're cooked.
You see? Man. And those who use nets will lose heart. People are losing it, man. The confidence, okay? The giving up, okay? People see the state of the economy, the job market. You know, can't make money, can't save money, can't pay bills. You see? Verse 9, it says, there will be no flax for the harvesters, no thread for the weavers. They will be in despair, and all the workers will be sick at heart. Ooh, man. Sick at the distressed of mind, man. People are stressed the fuck out. Man, prophecy.
Sitting on these websites and applying for things. A lot of you are going to say, oh, you have to know someone at a company, like reach out to them, or just go in person. Oh, go to the actual website for the company and apply there. Trust me, I've literally done it all. At this point, I'm just at a loss, and I'm kind of like, do I even keep applying? Because I feel like I'm giving a little bit of my soul away every single time I apply and hear absolutely nothing back.
Well, just got laid off, so do you have any tips and tricks for a hot girl unemployment summer? Let me know.
I am a senior at Cornell. I've applied to over 300 jobs. Ooh. Who has a job right now? It kind of sucks because the school's expensive. I'm an econ major. I have a 3.7 GPA, and I cannot get a full-time job. The only reason I'm not broke is because I've saved up working on campus and then also doing class action settlements on claim. Basically, brands pay you out. So I made like 8K doing that so far. Didn't recommend it's passive income. But if I didn't have that, I would literally be broke. I cannot get a job. I don't know, I might be cooked.
I mean, you're in college, so you can't even work full time. I mean, you can, because a lot of us did, but you're going to have to put in extra hours, or you're going to have to probably work somewhere where you don't want to work because you go to Cornell.
There is no such thing as a good job anymore, and I think that we need to collectively just understand that. The days of just applying or walking with an application or calling or knowing a friend and getting a job, those days are completely over. And what's even worse is that, like, you can't even go get a job at anything under like $25 an hour and live a life by yourself, live a life independently. And I wish our parents understood that. They genuinely think that we can just go out, get a job, and just make it happen. I don't understand what we gotta do. What chart do we need to show them? What news segment, what graph, what table we need to do? What do we need to do to show them that it just doesn't work no more?
Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer praising the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill as an historic step forward for the working class.
It was the most pro-worker piece of legislation that we will ever see really in this country right now. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. That matters to the American worker because we don't want to take their money and give it back. We want them to keep more of their hard-earned dollars in their.
I get that. You know, that's important. But what do you guys actually think about not only just the big, beautiful bill, but what the current administration and past administration have done to address this crisis? Because we've been making videos and talking about this with both administrations. I don't think it's an administration problem. It's bigger than policy. It's like just the state of the entire market. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's the elites, man. You see? And see, this is the understanding that we have, all right, versus the common man, the common American Babylonian, right? Let's get that real quick. All right. See, the elites are bottlenecking everybody. This is the squeeze that we talked about. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right, make that point. This is Ezekiel 22 and verse 29. All right. Ezekiel 22 and verse 29, it reads, it says, the people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery. All right. People are being robbed, man. And have vexed the poor and needy. Okay. Because the people that's affected the most are you tribes, you Israelites. Yea, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Right. So again, this is all part of the design of the elites, man. Okay. To financially squeeze people to death to the point where they have nothing. All right. And then when they crash this system, they're going to bring in that new digital, a system, which is going to involve the chip. All right. Remember, those devils said that you will own nothing and be happy. All right. So this is where the road is headed to. Right. And you can watch the rest of this. It's a good video. But I want to just add some more, all right? Because we're in that time, again, crash out season, okay? All right? Let's play a little bit of this and we'll grab some more scriptures, all right?
I just found out that the big, beautiful bill would increase funding to ICE so significantly that it would become the largest police force in the country.
J.D. Vance said this explicitly last night on Twitter. He said all of the other stuff, all the stuff that you guys in the media and the Democrats are complaining about the cuts to healthcare and the cuts to food stamps, he's like, all that is immaterial. What really matters is that we're getting enough money to ICE so they can put more migrants in jail.
ICE has nearly as much funding as Canada's entire fucking military now. Think about that. So more money for concentration camps. Absolutely fucking pathetic.
The big beautiful bill will add $167 billion of funding to ICE, which would make it the largest police force in the country, which means that is a privatized army. If they don't have to show IDs, they don't have to show warrants, and if we don't have birthright citizenship, then literally everyone is in danger.
Medicaid, a federal program for low-income people nationwide. It covers families, kids, pregnant people, seniors, and people with disabilities. Funded completely by the federal government. It does not accept undocumented people, and for that reason, several states have implemented their own program, like Medi-Cal in California. This program is directly affected by the $300 billion budget cut implemented by the One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
Are there concerns about the Medicaid cuts, though?
No, we're not going to be playing with Medicaid. Only waste, fraud, and abuse.
Americans could lose
the Democrats have it wrong. Yeah, waste, fraud, and abuse. In fact, if you look at what's gone on, we've gone way back. We take care of Medicaid. We take care of Medicare. They will blow Medicare and Medicaid because they have no idea what they're doing. Just like they don't have any idea what they did on the border. They have no idea. Medicaid is in big trouble with the Democrats.
Do you promise anyone who loses their health care coverage that is because of waste, fraud, and abuse?
Waste, fraud, only waste, fraud, and abuse, which is what everybody wants.
It's a little bit of that weave you've heard so much about there, Sam Stein. But listen, there's been great reporting in the New York Times about the fact that a lot of the Medicaid stuff is actually sort of their theory here is that they can have people not sign up because they change deadlines, because they change paperwork, because they simply make it more difficult for people to get access.
17 million people are going to be cut off health insurance. This cuts almost $1 trillion from Medicaid. It stops states from charging a provider tax, which helps them fund rural hospitals that the federal government reimburses. It caps the amount they can do that. Everyone knows that's going to hurt rural hospitals and healthcare services. It puts a huge amount of paperwork for people who want Medicaid. And we all know from the Arkansas experience that's going to mean less people on Medicaid. So it is making massive cuts, unprecedented cuts like we've not seen since 1965.
This bill is projected to cut.
Yeah, so like the Lord said, as we read earlier in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, right? It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, see? So all of these things are being cut. You know, people depended on these things instead of depending on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? The trust in Egypt shall lead to your shame and confusion. You see? It says, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, Jake didn't want to repent. Jake didn't want to hear out. The prophets didn't want to come back to their power. So now, our people are going to feel it. This is going to affect, again, Jake the most, right? Scriptures talk about how, let's get that too, thinking out loud, how they should lament for the teats, right? Okay? Because we bring this out concerning the women, right? But according to the scriptures, you know, Israel is likened unto a woman, a comely and delicate woman, all right? So the nation as a whole, okay, is going to be affected, right? It says, Isaiah 32:12, they should lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. And upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city, because the palaces shall be forsaken, and the multitude of the city shall be left, and forts and towers shall be dens forever, a joy of wild asses and pasture of flocks. So again, okay, the Lord is he's cutting the benefits, man. He's getting rid of the the resources and things like that. These things that people depended on. So now people are in a state of lamentation. You know, they're sorrowful for the fact that these things are being removed. Once again, tying into that false sense of security. Okay. Again, that's why as these things get cut, as I've been saying, you know, people are gonna turn up. All right. Let's play a little more.
Over $1 trillion.
65.
This bill is projected to cut over $1 trillion in Medicaid, with over 17 million Americans losing their health insurance. The bill does this through new eligibility requirements that limit access. Number 2 is this bill provides $4.5 trillion in tax cuts. As it turns out, the savings from reducing spending on Medicaid aren't going to be reinvested back in the people. They're instead going to make the 2017 Donald Trump tax cuts permanent. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, the wealthiest households would see a $12,000 increase from this bill, while the poorest households would see a cost of $1,600. They are expected to add over $3 trillion to our debt. Number 3, this bill adds over $100 billion to immigration and border enforcement. This would go on to make ICE the largest federal law enforcement agency in our nation's history.
And then this one's my favorite. I don't know if you know this, but you guys have $858 million, again, almost $1 billion, okay, of money to give out bonuses to people. And so listen, bonuses are great when people do good work, but $858 million sounds like a lot of money. That's like a $40,000 bonus to every employee in all of ICE. So how about $500 million? How about $500 million for bonuses? Okay, we can do this together. We can show the American people there's like a little bit of waste here, So I can help you capture, Mr. Chairman, $903 million. We can save $1 billion together. Show the American people we're serious.
But will the gentleman yield for a question?
Hey, the bottom line is this. Hey, America is at war with its own people. All right. And this budget, this increase in budget on ICE, all right, all of this is showing you that they're getting ready to we're not getting ready. They're turning Babylon America into a police state. All right, they're militarizing everything, man. Okay, because we're in that police state right now, man. Okay, they're getting ready to shut shit down. Okay, so of course they don't have the money for the people, but they have money to put all this money into ICE. All right, so this is America, as they say, right? This is 2 Ezra 6:22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall be found suddenly empty," going into the famine and food shortages, man. That's coming. "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they should not run. And why are friends going to fight each other like enemies? Because of what? The lack of resources, man. Okay, as we see this economy, job market is finished. All right, it's all going to lead to the crash of this system and famines and food shortages, man. And all hell ultimately breaking loose, right? 2 Ezra 15:19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So all these things are setting they're setting the stage for this to happen. Right. Matthew 24:12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. So the Lord is going to put a psychotic spirit out here on these people, man. All right. This is just the beginning. All right. People are going to crash out hardcore, man, with nothing to lose. But he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, hey, it's all about enduring these times, all right? Getting ready to go through this straight gate that's in front of us, man. Okay? It says in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. And we are at the end. All right. The word has gone out. Prophecy has gone out, man. All right. So we're in that time of the inevitable, man. And there's no turning back. You see? Let's play a little bit more and we'll wrap it up. All right. Again, crash out season is here.
Of course I will.
You raise a profoundly serious point in your inimitable way, Mr. Moskowitz. Well, the bonuses, that is a huge bonus budget.
Yeah.
What does that work out? Have you done the math to see what that works out in terms of bonus per ICE employee?
$42,000 for every employee in a bonus in addition to their salary.
A $42,000 bonus?
Yeah, $42,000. And I, because you and I sometimes are symbiotic, you're probably going to ask me, what is the average bonus for the American worker in this country?
Do you know what that is?
It's $2,500.
That's the average Christmas bonus is $2,500.
The average Christmas bonus, because Christmas is back, the average Christmas bonus is $2,500, but they want to give $42,000. And what I would suggest in my amendment is instead of $42,000, they get $25,000. That sounds like a lot of money.
Trump's big, beautiful bill is about to be voted on by the U.S. Senate, and it has huge funding for new border walls, new immigration detention facilities, doubling, quadrupling ICE officers, who knows how many, and slapping immigrants with huge additional fees. $45 billion this year is being given to build new ICE detention facilities. $31 billion is being funded to hire more ICE officers, more deportation lawyers, and fund removals. $12 billion just for immigration and customs enforcement. Another $12 billion to the Department of Homeland Security. And $6.2 billion for surveillance technology, drones, sensors, facial recognition. And if you come here as a minor and apply as a special immigrant juvenile, you have to pay the government $250. Where is this kid getting it? $100 now to flee persecution and apply for asylum.
Yeah, so we told you, hey, they're ramping up the police state, man. All right, global surveillance, lockdowns, martial law. Okay, it's over, man. Whether you can see it or not, or whether you agree or not, man. All right, we're here. It's a done deal for Babylon, man. All right, welcome to crash out season. Shalom.